Hello everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka chocomint, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Teachers with Love and Passion. In the last playthrough, we had quite a spicy or cute talk with Mr. Ray Fox through the phone, and it kind of boosted our tension with Mr. Ray Fox, so everyone else knows. Very juicy gossip for Christy indeed. Anyway, I believe it was just a day that Mr. Ray Fox was off from work, but other than that, I think he will be working the next day, and I'm guessing Hannah will be looking forward to seeing him again. Anyway, let's continue and see what happens. Let's go. Would you like to skip Eric's intro? Yes. I believe it is still the same as Eric's in other rounds. It's almost break time, and I just finished another interesting class. Today I talked about insects and how similar those creatures are to humans. It was the perfect opportunity to teach my students about how small lives are also important to our ecosystem, just as much as our own small actions are to others' life. It was also fun to see the kids process premises whenever I showed them a close-up picture. Yeah, I mean, sometimes bugs are kinda spooky, so. I love my job. So you love your job or you love the spooking the children here? Edgar, help me stretch. Now I'm resting in the lounge with my two favorite dogs.
So Marcus, how tall are you? Your arms are longer than my upper body.
Shut up.
I think I'll need a stool to reach your hands.
Are you going to help me or not?
I'm trying.
Why are you stretching out all of a sudden?
Because I just noticed I have been sitting here all day. I don't like how stiff my body is right now.
Oh!
That's strange. I have been sitting here all day too, but I don't feel like that at all.
I was in my classroom most of the morning, and I also don't feel like that.
That's because you two never stretch, so you can't notice the difference.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Of
course it does. I'm a BE teacher. I know what I am talking about.
No, I don't think that is it.
What?
I think you are just getting old.
That age is a very sensitive topic there, Edgar. And I mean, you two are similar ages, aren't you? I believe I think it's still the same for both of you. So if you say he's getting old, then you're also getting old too, Edgar. Oh, Edgar has a good point.
Hannah, no, don't do that, Hannah. Don't follow up with that. Thank you, Miss Fine.
You think he has a good point, huh? I mean, usually if two people who is the similar ages, the one who has less exercise is more likely to have stiff body problems more than the one who exercises a lot. So I'm not sure if what Edgar's saying is correct. Then let me show you my point.
What are you? What? No!
Before Edgar and I could understand what Marcus meant, he turned around, wrapping his arms and pulling them open wide. Edgar yelled as the taller man stood behind him, forcing him to remain in a cross position. The music is kind of spooky now though.
This, Hannah, is the perfect example of a stuffed body. Oh!
Marcus explained, looking into my eyes from above as Edgar's screams echo in the room.
Are we in a horror story or something? When you don't stretch enough, it may cause postural problems. Marcus, please! Oh! It may be hard for you to do small daily tasks, which implies a greater risk of muscle and joint injuries in the future.
Saying that, he pulled both his arms up, almost lifting Edgar out of the floor. I could feel the pain reaching my own body as I watched my friend being tortured in front of me.
Okay?
I get it, Marcus. I get it.
Oh no, I'm not done yet.
You are not?
Right now, I'm showing the damage done to his back, but I still need to show how much it has already affected his whole body.
Oh,
I'm only getting started. Oh my god, that's some smirk there, Mr. Marcus.
Marcus, please, have mercy on this man.
Heh, you should be worried about yourself, fine. Oh no.
Eh?
Because you are up next. Rest in pieces. Or you could, run away, Hannah.
With no further warning, Marcus pushes Edgar's back forward while still pulling his arms. After it, I hear a loud crack cutting through the room. My hands cover my mouth as I watch my friend's eyes roll back in his head. Showing no empathy, Marcus nodded wickedly, letting go of Edgar's hands. Unable to endure any more torture, the man's lifeless body fell to the table right in front of me. Edgar, are you still here? Ed? The rattling sound of fingers above us both sends shivers down my spine. This horror scene is not over yet.
go.
What?
Go, Miss Fine. Run for your life. I will keep him busy.
Marcus frows him again before he finishes his hero's line, stretching his back in a straight line I've never seen before.
Stop being so dramatic. If you stretched every day, this wouldn't happen.
Oh, run!
I know it must hurt like hell, but watching Edgar make a scene is just funny.
Hannah, don't laugh on someone else's pain.
Even Marcus can't deny he's having fun doing it.
Are you coming say this? Say this?
Live your life to the fullest, my dear Hannah.
Following Edgar's scream, the door opened behind us, calling our attention to the entrance. The man standing there stares at all of us as question marks draw on his face.
What the? Yeah, this is kind of awkward to be a cotton.
You know what? Forget it. I'm not interested. Marcus opens his mouth in an attempt to explain why he is holding Edgar from behind and bending him over the table, but he stops right after Ray raises his hand.
Yeah, that's scenery though.
The doctor closes his eyes, taking a long breath to recompose his thoughts after such an unexpected scene.
Miss Fine, would you mind coming with me for a moment?
Oh, not at all. It would be a pleasure, actually.
Alright, follow me.
Okay. Bye, boys. Have fun.
Fine.
Yes?
Don't forget that you will need to come back here later. And I will be here, waiting for you to prove my point. Oh no!
Run, Hannah, no!
Giving no chance for Marcus to hold me back, I run after Ray, leaving the screams and the laughter behind. I didn't even ask where Ray was taking me, and I couldn't care less about it. All I could think about was how am I going to avoid Marcus all day while still working in the same place. I don't want him to wrap my arms and play with me like a rag doll. Just thinking about it is enough to make me shiver. Shaking my head, I take a look to my left, finding Ray's eyes watching me with a smile hanging on his lips. What?
I'm trying to guess what you are thinking so deeply about.
Uh,
I think it has something to do with that awkward scene from earlier.
yeah,
What did that old fellers do to you, Miss Fine?
nothing. For now. Echoes of Edgar's painful screams complete my hesitating sentence.
That's proving a point there.
As I suffer from bracing these terrifying fears, Ray laughs beside me, enjoying my silly situation.
Well, if you need a place to hide, you know my office is always open for you. Ooh.
His last words came out with a sheepish smile. I had to force myself to keep moving and not let the shock of hearing it stop me in my tracks. Ray doesn't know what happened in the lounge, and yet he is open and ready to give me aid for any reason. This alone is enough reason to warm me up from the inside out. Thank you. I will keep that in mind.
Good. I honestly have no idea how you can keep up with them. It's not enough to deal with students. You still have to deal with the old man shenanigans.
It's not that bad.
Really? Or are you already used to it?
Maybe I'm used to it too.
I knew it.
But they are also fun. I think this is a way to help each other relieve stress.
I see. I'm glad you are enjoying your time with them.
As we talk, we turn the second corner, heading to another long hall. I know these hallways well enough to know where we are, but I still don't understand why Ray is leading me through it. Where are you taking me?
Administration's office.
Why?
Do you remember when we first meet?
Yes, it was on my second day when I found a kid feeling sick at the hall.
Right. After that day, that kid showed up in my office a few more times.
What?
Yes, every time with the same symptoms. I thought it wasn't anything to be worried about, but I was wrong. Last week he came back again feeling forward.
Oh no. I didn't know what I expected Ray to tell me, but it sure wasn't this. Torn between worries and surprise, I followed him quietly, wanting to hear more and hoping for better news at the end of our walk.
I reported it to his father, and I think we found the problem.
Stopping on his feet, Ray reaches his hand out. Only then I noticed the man standing behind the administration's counter.
Miss Fine, this is Josh's father, Mr. Peterstone.
Hello, Mr. Peterstone. We meet again, but in another life this time.
You're still looking quite young and handsome as ever.
Oh, hi. Good morning.
Hi.
He came here to talk about the situation and to thank you for your help.
But I haven't done anything.
Actually, you did a lot.
The tall man quickly steps forward, awkwardly and eager to explain the situation. Ray takes it as a cue to stand quietly by my side and watch the story unfold with me. When my son fell sick for the first time, it was you who took him to the nurse room, right? Yes. When Josh came home that day, he told me that he had been feeling sick for some time but never dared to go to the nurse by himself. I think he was afraid to ask for help. Ah, but when he saw you going out of your way to help him, he felt safe to talk about it. You may think you haven't done much, but for him, you did a lot more than you could imagine. Ah. His words take me back for a moment. It is just like I told my students today. Small acts matter.
Oh, that's true.
Since my first day, I've only been thinking about getting better, and I've never stopped to look back and see how much I've already improved. I think this is the first time I am doing this. The first time I'm able to see the results of my efforts and be proud of it. Joyful tears are forming in the corners of my eyes. I know now I'm doing just fine.
I'm very thankful to you.
His smile is simple but full of affection. Exactly what I needed. Nodding, I dispelled the tears in my eyes, motioning for him to continue.
My son wasn't showing any strange signs, but then Mr. Fox called me last week, and I got worried about it. I took my son to the hospital, and we found out that he has an issue with his stomach.
What? Is he okay?
Yes, it isn't serious, but we need to treat it as soon as possible to avoid it developing into a worse stage.
Ray and I hold our breaths as soon as we hear the news. I didn't know what to expect from the moment I walked out of the lounge, but it surprised me to see that Ray had no idea of it either. For a moment, we only stared at Mr. Stone's face, unable to find the right words to say. Are we supposed to comfort him? Should we ask more questions about it? Noticing that I'm lost for words, Ray quickly takes the lead.
I believe he is not in a position to overwork his body now, right?
Yes, that too.
So I was wondering if it would be good to take him out of school and start homeschooling him.
What?
Eh? You think it is a bad idea?
Hearing his voice cracking and his eyes widen in fright made me feel a little embarrassed for yelling. I know I should control my thoughts better, but I couldn't help it this time. To consent to his plan would be the same as denying my own profession. Peter takes a long breath. Guilty and confusion weighed on his shoulder.
To be honest, I wasn't sure it would be the best choice. But I don't know what to do.
Putting his worries above his pride, Peter starts to talk his mind off. His sad countenance tells us more than his words can express.
Josh is my only son, and I panic just thinking about failing him.
As he rubs his eyes, Ray and I exchange looks for a moment. The man is going through a lot, and he probably doesn't have anyone to give him advice now. I feel terrible to only watch it and not do anything. Looking for help, I turn to the man beside me. There is a smile on his face, a smile that says he knows exactly what I want to do, and he is not stopping me. Usually, holding someone's hand is what you need to feel confident, but in this case, a smile was enough. You are not alone, Mr. Stone. Josh is part of the school, and we want to help him in whatever way we can.
Then, what do you think would be the best?
First, taking him out of the social environment will only make this problem worse. You will give him reasons to be worried and believe his condition is worse than he knows.
I see.
You still need to follow the doctor's instructions. be it inside your house or not.
Okay, so what should I do?
The same thing you have been doing so far. Being a loving father who cares and supports your son.
But this time, you need to pay attention to a few things. But be mindful he is still a kid, so it may be difficult.
Of course. And about overworking his body, you can leave it to me. I will talk to his PE teacher and ask him to adapt his classes for George to play safely.
Thank you. That would be great.
Peter clasped his hands together against his chest, showing me a huge smile on his lips. I think this is the first time since we started talking that I'm seeing his eyes shining.
He may be sick, but he also deserves to live his school life, like any other kid. Thank you so much, both of you. I feel a lot better to know he will be in good hands.
Of course, we will keep an eye on him. I'm sure he will recover sooner than we know.
I'm counting on that.
Having managed to calm the father's heart, Ray takes on his role as the doctor to proceed with the conversation. He talks to Peter about how to deal with the boys' diet. And takes his time to share a few pieces of advice on how to relieve George's pain. This was a sudden encounter, and still, I think we did a good job giving him support. Mr. Stone appeared happier by the end of our conversation as if a weight had been lifted from his shoulders. Before leaving, he thanked us a few more times to make sure to express his gratitude. Looking at him go now, I wonder if I could have handled this situation the same way if Ray wasn't with me. Thinking about it, my eyes instinctively searched for him still by my side. Ray has the same steady smile on his lips. However, in his eyes, I see a melancholic, distant feeling clouding his vision. What are you thinking about? Ray turns to me, astonished to hear my question. It takes him a moment to notice his own expression and realize what he was thinking. Surprised to be caught off guard, he shakes his head lightly, sighing tiredly.
I was just surprised to hear what he said. I mean, the boy was seriously sick all this time, and no one knew it. Doesn't it make you anxious?
Now that you mention it, it is kind of scary.
Perhaps if he hadn't crashed away, we wouldn't have learned until it was too late.
Yeah. How many times do we come across the chance to change someone's life? How many chances to change ourselves do we take every day? How many times do we turn our back on it? How weird. It feels like we just moved the wheel of fate in a different direction.
It's just a random thought, but imagine if in our another playthrough, maybe not race or something like that, we didn't choose the option of helping the student. I wonder what will happen. I am curious, but I'm not going to risk that.
It feels good, but it is also scary to think we have done something so powerful.
Yeah. I just hope we moved it in the right direction. Come on, I'll take you back to the lounge.
Right, let's go. Maybe it was just me, but something about his voice had me intrigued. I could hear a hint of sadness, but at the same time, it sounded guilt and tired. However, on his face, there was nothing different, just the same carefree expression. Sometimes it is hard to decipher what goes on in his mind, but it doesn't concern me. I think that's what makes him so interesting.
Oh, I see. You like a mystery, huh?
Not mentioning any of it, I follow him back to the lounge. When we get back to the room, the place is quiet like it hasn't been in a while. Marcus and Edgar are nowhere to be seen, and only my bag is waiting for me on the table. No one is here. Thank God. But I still need to talk to Marcus later.
If you don't mind, I would like to talk to Kent about Josh's condition.
Eh? Are you sure?
Yes, I need to check the supplies in the gym right now so I can do it for you. I think that will give you some time to hide from him too.
Then I will gladly accept your help.
Of course.
I'm starting to think Ray heard our discussion from before. And he, somehow, is also hearing my thoughts now. Nevertheless, as embarrassing as it sounds, I'm really happy he is trying to protect me from Marcus' stretching lesson.
I mean, the stretching lesson should be good for you, but it's full of pain, so.
When I turn my gaze to the side, I notice Ray is watching me with caring eyes and a soft smile. Ah. What?
I was thinking this is the second time you made me walk into this room since I met you.
Oh, that's right. He said he doesn't like to come here. Why do I feel so happy about it?
I mean, there's a sense of accomplishment from doing that, and it makes you feel happy because, like, it's special. You feel special because you managed to get him in the place he doesn't like to go in. So, why are you smiling?
He asked me that, but I feel he already knows the answer. Feeling something tickling my heart, I roll my eyes to look away from him. Ray giggles on my side, looking around the room.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I also met the new boy. Eric, is it?
Yes, Thomas' new assistant. He is a sweetheart.
I mean, he is a sweetheart. In quotes, because it is only for you, Hannah. It's only for you, not anyone else, just you. The bias is very real on that boy. He sounded a bit moody to me. Yeah, his true face showed.
Really?
Yeah, not that I care about it since we won't be seeing each other much.
Right.
Thomas also told me it is not a permanent job, but you know him. He told me the same, and I have been here for 10 years now.
No way.
I bet you just saw a movie buzzing through your eyes. This is your life now, Miss Fine.
I'm having conflicting feelings. Ray laughs as I hold my head dizzy at that thought. I can't deny that imagining myself working in the same place for the next 10 years isn't making me anxious now. It's truly scary to think I might be stuck in an endless loop. However, when I look around me, I see the bags and the messy books on the table. I realize that I'm not alone here. This is not a maze where a minotaur is hunting me. This is our personal garden where we are growing together. But honestly, I don't feel so bad about it. I don't think it would be that bad to spend 10 more years with people I love.
Does it include me?
Of course,
Ooh, he baited you, Hannah. The bait is so easy now.
no wait, that's not. I was trying to explain myself, but instead of making sense, I was making a mess. However, my embarrassment was not the reason why I stopped talking. It was Ray. When I started stuttering and panicking, he bursted out laughing. It is the first time I hear him sounding so honest and young. I am blushing again, but that's because my heart is flustered. Shaking his head, he turned back to me with a smile still hanging on his lips.
Well, if you stay around for longer, then I don't mind staying here too. Ooh, ooh.
Uh,
Excuse me.
Cutting our conversation and sending my soul out of my body. A deep, annoyed voice called us from behind.
Oh, I made that voice because I thought it would be Mr. Hanson for some reason, but it was really him, huh? Yeah, it's you can't really deny that you say that description of a deep, annoyed voice. You think of Mr. Hanson because Marcus is more awkward and polite, and doesn't have such a spicy personality.
Quickly, we turn our heads at the same time, but when we see the face, only I show a worried expression. Standing there with an impatient look in his eyes, Mr. Hanson looks down on us.
Oh man, what a meeting here.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Hanson.
Why are you standing at the door? There are seats in the room.
Yeah, I know, I just forgot about it.
More like you are too busy flirting with each other to remember that. And what are you doing here? Talking to Miss Fine. I have some business with her. But I think we are done now, right?
Yes, of course.
Then I'll take my leave before someone shoots me out of here. See you later, Hannah.
See ya. He rushes his way out of the room, but not without giving me a wink and a quick wave.
Ooh.
Watching him go, I hold a silly smile on my lips and one hand suspended in the air.
Ooh. I see you're falling for him, Hannah. A silly smile on your lips, huh? Very, 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 very nice. A silly smile on your lips.
I don't know how he does it, but Ray always finds a way to make me want to see him again at every departure. Shaking my head, I turn around, only to find Mr. Hanson standing a few steps behind, watching me with disapproving eyes. At first, I try to pretend I don't see him, but as his stare becomes more persistent, I realize it won't work. What?
See you later, huh?
Uh,
How often are you two meeting?
it's not like that.
Really?
Mr. Hanson, this is not what you are thinking.
I really hope so.
Eh? He snorts, turns his back on me, and heads to the center. I have been here for long enough to be used to his cool attitude and bad temper, but this time it doesn't look like just that. This time, I can't just pretend it wasn't personal. Wait, what is so wrong about meeting sometimes?
The feeling behind it.
Placing his back on the table, he answers me as coldly as ever.
It can hurt you. And I don't want that.
I hear an angry growl in his voice and a red glow in his indifferent eyes. I'm surprised to hear he is worried about me, but that doesn't answer my question. Turning my gaze away from his, I try not to waver from the conversation. You talk as if Mr. Fox was a bad person.
Would you believe me if I say he is?
Uh,
Would you stop meeting him then?
No, I won't do that. That's what I want to say, but I can't bring my lips to move.
So you already have feelings for him.
What are you?
Is there anything I can do to stop it?
This is starting to get on my nerves. Mr. Hanson doesn't care about my answer. He only wants to make demands and make sure I will obey him. First, he tried to cause a scene with Thomas, and now he is telling me to stay away from Ray. I let it slip once, but I won't do it again. Mr. Hanson, what is your problem? First, you don't want me to be close to you, and now you don't want me to be close to him. And you are also saying he will hurt me, but all he has been doing is taking care of me. Look, just because you don't want friends doesn't mean I can't have it too.
That's an interesting conclusion there. Oh, he's blushing. I'm not asking it because I don't want you to have friends. Oh my.
Then why? Unintentionally, I end up letting a frustrated shout follow my words. Mr. Hanson looks at me. His lips open and close a few times, but no sound comes out. He wants to answer me, but he is too proud to do that. After a few tries battling himself, he finally gives up.
I think I'm just choosing the easy way instead of trusting him to change.
A long, exhausted sigh comes out of his curved lips. I can't understand how hard it was for him to say it, but I can see how relieved he looks now. It feels like he is finally letting go of something he has been holding for years. I want to go to him and hold his hand, but I stop myself. I still have something to say. Why do you hate each other so much?
I never said that.
But that's what it looks like. If you don't hate him, then what is it?
I hate the man he became because it reminds me of who I was.
A heavy silence follows his words. It is a silence of regret, a silence of distress. He looks at me before casting his eyes down. In this glimpse, I see sorrow and disbelief. Taking a deep breath, I decide to speak up and end this discussion for once. I don't know what is going on between you two, but I'm not part of it. So please, stop trying to push us away. What?
You are really something. But I have known him for ages, so at least hear my advice.
Okay.
If you go deep into the lion's den, you are not going to find the lion, but also the bones of his victims.
He said what he wanted to say and left it open for my own interpretation.
Okay, so like he has skeleton in his closet?
How is that advice? Ending our conversation, he heads to his locker, not giving a care about my bozo face. I should ask more, but now I'm not in the mood to do it. I think we both had enough of yelling and confessing for the day. Shaking my hand to wave the thoughts away, I sit across him at the table, quietly waiting for my shift to start. And that should be a good pause in our playthrough today. So once again, we got something about Mr. Ray Fox's background, but not much. At the very least, the discussion with Mr. Hansen was good, and his crush kind of subsided. On the other hand, we have the result of what we did before, helping the student to the nurse office, and it yields good things. It actually helped the student get better and prevented any bad, worse situation happening to his health and everything. So that's great. We meet with the father of that child, who is as handsome as always. But most importantly, more flirting between Hannah and Mr. Ray. Very nice, very nice. Anyway, that should be it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next playthrough of Teachers with Love and Passion. Bye bye!